Hello, Diva Loves. This is Miss Sophia the Diva. I am doing a review tonight, kind of a summation of Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, season 7, episodes 15 and 16, and possibly a little bit of 14. I have been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta since the days of I don't know who all was on there. Sheba Sheree, Nene's BFF at the time, who we no longer see, Dwight, all of that. And by far, this has been the worst season ever. Um, I have never seen such tearing down of females as I have. And I kind of stopped watching this season, so that's kind of like I'm like towards the tail end of this season because I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I've heard two different fellow YouTube bloggers say this, and it's true. At the end of the day, the worst decision Andy ever made was bringing on Crater Face Kenya Moore. I mean, she is a horrible individual. We've seen how she acted on Celebrity Apprentice, so we know that's in her character. We know also that she has a lot of issues that stem from childhood that she needs to go deal with. She needs to see a therapist and stop saying that she's that she's all that when she's not. Honey, you are hurt, and hurt people hurt other people, and that's what you do. That's just a little something I want to say. People like the drama, but I mean, I don't know how genuine these friendships are between these women, if it's just forced interactions because we're all in the same game trying to get these coins, as Miss Nene likes to say. And maybe that's what it is, but either way, let's get into it. So Apollo is locked up. I think in episode 15, he pops up doing some camcorder video talking about, I'm going to Sunder. I'm like, good. Now you can get the heck out of Phaedra's life so Phaedra can go ahead and move on. I still don't get what the point of you coming by the house when you supposed to be reporting to jail and you chasing her around with power tool. I really didn't get that. I think that was out of episode, what was that, 14, and that's when you also decide to share these, what I theorize and believe to be fabricated text messages about some man that your wife is allegedly sleeping with named Mr. Chocolate. Now, we all know that you are going to prison for fraud. So we know it would be nothing for you to create some fake text messages. I mean, that's Apollo. So goodbye, good riddance. You mistreated Phaedra. We saw how you treated her last season. Basically chomping at the bit for Kenya Moore, which I have yet to figure out why, but whatever. So Candy, let's skip on to Candy real quick. Candy and Todd, I love them as a couple. Please tell me you guys were just doing this for the please tell me you guys were doing this just for the show, because I mean, I would hate to see y'all go asunder. I mean, I know, Todd, you got to contend with angry Mama Joyce with her can't talk. Said, hey, Kenny, how you doing? Always talking between her teeth. I don't understand. Open your mouth, or do you have locked jaw? I don't understand Mama Joyce. And Candy always crying about her mama, but yet continuing to give and give and give. How much can you pour into a person? And y'all, I honestly get why Candy does what she does for her mother, because her brother did die in a tragic accident, leaving Candy to be the only child. And so there's a lot of only child guilt because the other sibling was lost in a tragedy. I get that. But at what point are you going to continue to allow your mother to be disrespectful to you? I mean, she allowed her boyfriend to tear up your home. And now that that has been fixed, now she thinking, I think I want the other house, but yet your daughter just bought you another house. And I just don't get it. I'm confused. But anyway, back to the point. So Candy and Todd went on the trip because to Los Angeles to film a project that Todd was producing or acting as the camera guy for, and Candy was starring in it, or a part of it. It was a Christmas movie, which I totally missed. I always love to see black movies come on around that time, especially about black love. But anyway, I think it was Second Chance Christmas or something like that. So she comes back. She's talking to her best friend and assistant about the fact that her and Todd's sex life is pretty much dead. Like, they're lucky if they get it in once a week, which is really sad because you guys just got married less than 6 months ago, and now there's already trouble in paradise when y'all were apparently y'all were freaking each other down before that. I mean, you got bedroom candy, you know, toys and gifts. So I don't understand what the problem is. There's speculation of cheating, which I seriously doubt. I just don't think of Todd that way. But when we do come in on episode 16, we find out that Todd, when they go see Dr. Sherry, who I guess Dr. Sherry and Dr. Jackie are just the two number one doctors in Atlanta that all the Atlanta socialites and celebrities go to. I hope Dr. Sherry can help save this marriage, because I'm really down for Todd and Candy being together. So during the therapy session, we find out that they never went on a honeymoon. There's issues because he don't like the bonnet on her head, even though the bonnet existed before. So Todd, that sounds just like a complete cop out. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what black woman goes to bed without some sort of head wrap on, unless you like Oprah or somebody, or Michelle Obama, where somebody can come and fix you up every day and do your hair. I personally sleep with a bonnet on. You know what, maybe one day I'll film one of these videos with me in my bonnet. I'm doing this out of my bedroom, actually. Almost like in bed with my Shiro. Oh, rest in peace, Joan Rivers. In bed with Diva. Like in bed with Joan Rivers or something. Anywho, back to that. So anyways, Todd and Candy having issues. Todd basically is not, as most men are not down for therapy, because it's just a way of conceding to the fact that there's a problem. Here's my advice to you two. First of all, don't put your business out there on Front Street. I know y'all want to be transparent, but keep fastidious intermeddlers, as I like to call them, out of your relationship. Talk to one another, not to others. The best thing y'all did was going to a neutral third party, which was Dr. Sherry. So I think that was awesome. And another thing I want to address is, Candy, why do you continue to allow Don Juan and your mother to talk to Todd any kind of way? I've heard him come at Todd, Don Juan come at Todd a couple of times sideways, but I'm like, ain't that your boss too? So why are you talking to him like that? I don't understand. Maybe he know where some bodies are buried in your life. I don't know. But that's, to me, that's, you can't disrespect my husband like that. No, not the man that I said that I would, until death do us part, and sickness and health, good and bad times. No, Don Juan, he need to check that, because he ain't all that unless he won't tie for himself. I wouldn't be surprised. So the plastics, let's get to them, because this is the root of everything that's wrong with this show right now. Yes, it brings drama, but I just want to be like, do y'all know how dumb y'all sound? Okay, so they at some wine bar in Atlanta that Cynthia done invited them to. And when I say plastics, I'm talking about Kenya Moore, Kenya Crater Face Moore, Claudia, and Justin J gave us this one with her fibroid toes. And Cynthia wanna be hard but can't go hard, but yet tea is always spilling out her mouth. So, of course, Lapita, her husband, has shared with her about the fact that Apollo shared with him that he's been cheating, that he believes that Phaedra has been cheating. So, Cynthia these days can't hold water. So she decides to share with the girls about the text messages and Mr. Chocolate and Phaedra. Now, why would you want to stir up some mess like that? Basically, you being a shit stirrer. You stir in the pot, and I just don't get it. So you share with this. Kenya gets all emotionally wrought over this. I'm just like, girl, Girl, seriously, seriously, we doing this now? We doing this now? Oh my gosh, she called me a whore. Ah! Jesus. I'm like, girl, really? She called you a whore. You were the one that insinuated, what, 2 seasons ago, that Apollo had tried to get with you, and y'all were always flirting with one another. So I kind of believe that probably something did happen between you two. Um, so can you get over it? I don't know why you get mad about Phaedra. Get over it. So, uh, they all leave the wine bar, and Claudia, honey, I love Moscato too, but let me just tell you this, honey. Pinot Grigio, that's a good white wine. Uh, Sauvignon Blanc, that's a good white wine. Moscato is something that all of us who have sweet palates, it's a dessert wine. That's something that we all just drink because, I mean, let's just be real, Stella Rosa is the bomb. But just so you will always keep it classy, just know that you shouldn't, you love a good white wine. Moscato. Maybe a Riesling. Chateau Saint Michelle and Firestone make great Rieslings, by the way, as I am a purveyor of white wine myself. But Moscato, girl, no. We also, Portia, who doesn't have a peach but still has been on here quite a lot. This this season, I really like Portia myself personally. I mean, she's dingy as all get out, but I have been watching her on Dish Nation and I love it. She is hilarious. So I like her. But the only thing I didn't like Portia this time around is that you're trying to insinuate that maybe Candy is not down for Phaedra. Uh, Girl, stop. Uh, and then Phaedra realizes that Candy ain't been around either. Uh, and that Nene has all of a sudden become her BFF. Which, by the way, Nene, I commend you for totally doing a 180 and becoming a totally different person. I was riding with you from the beginning, but then there was a couple of seasons I was like, girl, what are you doing? But I think it's awesome, and I'm glad that you're out there working it, because Kenya tried to tear you down last season, talking about you ain't doing nothing, your shows got canceled. But one thing I know about you, you stay working. And I did briefly meet you at the Women's Expo. I think it was last May here in LA, and you have a wonderful spirit. So I don't think I just, people say that you're bad and messy, but I think deep down inside I sense in that brief moment that you have a good spirit, and I'm usually pretty good about finding people's good spirits. Uh, let's see what else. But here's the thing with Portia, Phaedra, and Candy. Communication rules the nation. If you haven't heard from your friend in a while, you might want to call and check on her. We all go through things. And that's the number one problem with females, is that we tend to make these assumptions that no one cares about us, and that, oh, she ain't my friend no more. And then you allow people to get in your ear and be, just all up in your eardrum. So, Phaedra, it probably would have behooved you to reach out to Candy also, because Candy's going through issues with her fledgling marriage right now. So that would have been it. We understand that your husband and children's father is exiting stage left, but to go to jail for some dumb stuff he didn't even have to go through, but whatever. So that happened, and I'm just, I don't want y'all to break. I think you two were my favorite, because you're entrepreneurs, you're business minded, you're empowering. So let's keep that friendship together. Candy and Todd, let's keep their marriage together. Let's see what else happened. So Candy decides to get all the girls together, and we all know what happens whenever these women get together at dinner. And I think, because I watch all these videos, I think Justin J said, because I believe in giving credit where credit is due, speaking of which, always give credit and give permission, because ask Robin Thicke and Pharrell, ask permission. But anyways, Justin J, I think, said maybe they shouldn't get to dinner. Maybe it was Funky Dynamic. I don't know. But either way, I'm thinking these ladies don't need to be breaking bread together. They need to go to a spa or something, a wellness center. But he's to say, Fogo the Child will never be the same in Atlanta. These heifers, thanks to Cynthia, turned that mofo out. Okay. So anyway, Cynthia, first of all, Nene was right. Cynthia couldn't even articulate it. And then say, I'm having a really hard time articulating. I'm not good at spilling the tea or reading people. We know that because that's not in your character, Cynthia. You need to stop trying to be somebody that you're not. You are a nice lady who just, you lost. You lost. You need to go find yourself and find out who you really are. Maybe just walk a runway or two. But either way, y'all let Fogo the Child. You bring up the mess about Apollo and Phaedra to Phaedra's face. But I just want to put it out there. Girl, really? Okay, so you put it out there on the table. Kenya jumps Judy and goes in on Phaedra about, what about Mr. Chocolate? What about these text messages? What about this? And you call me a whore and all this all the time. I think I deserve an apology. And you know, all of this. Next thing you know, Phaedra snaps, loses it. First of all, you don't want to mess with a woman that's stressed out and going through. She came across the table with you. Girl, you could have lost. And I've always told ladies, get you a good clutch bag with a good balance, okay? Because, honey, she could have took your head off with that good clutch she had. That was a nice clutch. Yes, it did. So needless to say, the plastics were out for blood. Okay, so y'all tried it. You tried it. You came for Phaedra and you found out Phaedra was crazy. But Phaedra, let me tell you something. Let Kenya swing first. You are a criminal defense attorney. You know better, girl. And, girl, as hard as you work to get that law license, which I'm still trying to get myself, there is no way I would allow assault charge because, honey, it costs too much for law school and it costs too much to maintain these licenses. No. So you did the right thing. You got up and walked away. Nene, Portia were there for you. Candy was there for you. She may not have came out right away, but it was her dinner that she was hosting. So, you know, Nene was the voice of reason. The plastics come out. They want to still start trying to stir some stuff. But I think that the greatest thing is to walk away. And another time that Phaedra walked away is when Cynthia decided to, I thought Cynthia was calling her to apologize myself, but she talking about she want to talk about it some more. Girl, really? I know Kenya, all of a sudden, you little baby Kenya now, since you done gone from baby Nene to baby Kenya. But you just don't have, this is not who you are. I need for you to stop. Mainly, I need for you to stop being in people's business because, girl, we have seen Peter out here in LA and he wasn't with you. That's all I'm saying. So you need to worry about your own marriage. Okay, and stop being in Phaedra's and Apollo's because it's none of your business. And besides, she's probably in the process of divorcing him anyway, so there is no marriage. So it's not like she was cheating in the first place. So you need to get your life, get your Peter, get your coins from Peter, and just get it together. Okay, girl, because we tired. We are tired of the stuff that you starting. Leave that shit stirring to Kenya. That's what she do. Hell, look at the face. You can tell this what happened. So anyway, I'm glad Phaedra got him walked about talking about some facts. Check your facts. You a fact checker. If anybody know how to check facts, it would be Phaedra. She's an attorney. Maybe she looked it up on Westlaw or LexisNexis. You probably don't even know what that is. Get your life, girl. Please get your life. So the damage is done. You done put all her business out there on Front Street. You and Peter doing some award show in this last episode. It just looked tired. And everybody was cute pretty much except for Random or Demetria. Girl, what did you have on? That yellow and that black. That ain't how you do yellow and black. I don't know. It wasn't cute. So anyway, needless to say, Candy got her little award. Y'all didn't even have the awards ready to go if you were giving people awards, because we saw later on you had to deliver the award to Candy. So I don't know what that was about. So Nene is now trying to get y'all in counseling. I hope everyone goes because she talked to her therapist and he's willing to counsel all of y'all. She invites y'all, all the Uncle Julios. Uncle Julio's. I miss Uncle Julio's. I love being in California, but sometimes they just don't have good food. And Uncle Julio's, boy, them bacon wrapped El Diablo shrimp show is good at Uncle Julio's, and so is that dip. That cheese dip. So they all show up. Everybody cute except Cynthia in her repeat golf outfit. I don't know if she's trying to be a caddy or a golfer or a nerd or what she going for, but I'm like, get over it. And then she was rude at the table. Nene was trying to talk. Cynthia trying to be bad girl, trying to overtalk her because Cynthia's trying to say that, all of it. I mean, not Cynthia. Nene's trying to tell everybody they need to go to counseling and maybe get some help. The therapist is willing to help her. So finally, Cynthia simmers down. The only two people that weren't there out of the group was Kenya and Phaedra, because right now the tensions are too high. So those two being together would not be a good idea. Candy objects to the therapy because she doesn't think she needs it, but then it's brought to her attention that perhaps her and Phaedra need to talk and deal with their issues because Phaedra feels like she's not there for her. So that's pretty much what's going on RHOA right now. We'll find out in, what is this episode? Help me. Episode 17, what's going to happen in this therapy session. It looks like it doesn't go well and in Nene's favor, even though she was the one to call it. But I mean, sometimes we just have to stand in our mess. But in sum, ladies, let's just try, and this is for women in general, let's just all try to empower one another and be there for one another. Life is too short to be angry and stirring up mess. Don't be a Kenya Moore. Let's just all try to get along. Some females you just can't, you just can't help them. I mean, but if you can, empower one another, love one another, and be kind to one another. This concludes my review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I will be watching next week and hopefully being able to give you a review. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. That's Miss Afia the Diva. Instagram, Miss Afia the Diva. Facebook, you can just look me up as Miss Afia the Diva. Thank you, and whatever time of day or night you're watching this, make it a fabulous one and keep it classy. I am Miss Afia the Diva.